Hello guys, I just want to show you what I've done in the garden today. And as you can see, the tulips are coming up beautifully. But I went to Lowe's today and purchased some marigolds. I just couldn't help myself, even though I know they are so easy to germinate from seed, guys. I just wanted to grab some of those beautiful marigolds that they had 8 in the pack for, what was it, $3.98. But they are just absolutely beautiful. So I've added a couple of marigolds to my broccoli bed here. And as you can see, I have the Sedum Autumn Joy here. And over in the other corner, I have a phlox. Over in this bed, I have some sage that I think is going to come back. It's looking like it's dead, but I'm going to give it a couple of more weeks to see if it'll come back. But I also added just a couple of marigolds in this bed as well. I have another Sedum Autumn Joy here, Brussels sprouts, allium, and in the cells of the cinder blocks, I've planted garlic. And over here, guys, I decided to plant my celery today. And as you can see, I've placed 4 celeries in this crate. And I used landscaping fabric to line the bottom, and over time the fabric has kind of shifted down to the bottom, but anyway, I can still plant in it. It's still holding the soil, at least where it's not coming out of the holes from the side of the container. And in this one, because I had an extra celery plant, I went on and placed a celery there. So that one has 5, and all the others have 4, with the marigold in the middle. Over here, these are some Southern Giant mustard greens that came up on its own. And here's another one here. I'm going to allow these to continue growing until I'm ready to plant my tomatoes and peppers. And I think I'm going to wait about another week before planting those. But I did go on and plant some zucchini. I've got one in this container. I have another one to add here where I left my shovel. And then over here, guys, I have 2 in this grow bag, 2 in this grow bag, and 2 in this grow bag. And all these other pots here are going to be used for tomatoes, some basil, things like that. So there'll be lots of tomatoes growing. Then on this side, you see I have more tulips coming up. I have my daffodils. They're so beautiful. Just love that bright yellow color. Here are my carrots, and they're growing very nicely. And guys, I use the pelleted seeds because they're easier to handle. And once you keep your soil moist, and I put a piece of cardboard in the inside, and once you lift it up and see that they've started germinating, you can remove the cardboard, and here you have it. And this way there's no overcrowding, because I hate when they're overcrowded. It's very hard for me to thin them, and then they come out in all different shapes. So this is how I'm trying to avoid that. Hopefully they'll come out nice and straight. We'll see. In this container here that I got from Dollar Tree last year, I'm growing more of my kale. And as you can see, some of them are very small, some are a little bit bigger. But since I had them, I said, let me just go on and plant them. If I have enough kale or can't use it, you can always share with someone else. More carrots here, more daffodils here. And I'll be planting some other things in between the daffodils and the tulips, so that, there'll always be something flowery in the containers. In this stackable container, I have more of my collards, and these are the last of all of the collard greens because I planted some. Oh, no, no, no. I still have some left when I was trying winter sowing. So I still have those. And in this container, I've planted more carrots. Over in this bed, I planted my russet potatoes. Also in the bed is my thyme and another sedum autumn joy. And the thyme, of course, is a companion planting for potatoes. In this container here where I have this tomato trellis, I've sown seeds for sugar snap peas. So I have them in 4 containers. It's this one, this one, and that other one over there where you see the trellis. And as you can see, more carrots. This is my Texas store hibiscus, and this is how it's going to look in winter. But if you notice from the bottom, in another week or two, I'll start to see growth coming from the bottom. So don't think that it's dead and dig it up or throw it away. It's just a process of how it grows. Over here, I have some large containers that I'll probably plant some peppers or some other things here that I have to grow. In this bed here, I call this one bed number 7. I don't know where my sign is, but in this bed I have my collard greens, and in the cells of the bed I have kale, and also I have some flowers also in between some of the cells. These are the daylilies, so can't wait for them to come up. And then I have some other flowers that come up. They look like little white puffballs. I can't think of the name of them at this time, but they're actually beautiful. In this bed, guys, this is where I have my Swiss chard, and they're growing beautifully. More daylilies, Russian kale, and also the regular curly kale in the cells of the raised bed. And I'll probably be adding some petunias in between the kale. Same thing on this side. I'll probably add some petunias in the cells that are empty. But as you can see, this was my very first tulip over here. And as you can see, it's dying back. So that's one of the reasons why I'll be planting some other things inside of the pots, just to keep the color going in the garden. But this is my kale. I'm sorry, Swiss chard. Then in this bed, I have my cabbage. I have some tulips also in the cells here, some daylilies, and also some yellow marigolds on this side and also on that side. And I've noticed that something has been digging and making a hole in my raised bed. I don't know what it is, but for this one right here, the plant was completely missing from here. But because I have so many extras from in the greenhouse, I was able to just simply replace it. But I don't know what is making holes in my making tunnels in the raised beds. If any of you guys know what it is, please leave a comment for me so that I can know what to do to take care of it. But this is how things are looking so far. And over here, guys, I don't know if I showed you the last time, but over here is where I have 4 blueberries. I have 2 of the lemonade blueberries and 2 of the regular blueberries. But also over here, in between all of these weeds, this is my comfrey. And I purchased 1 little piece from Diva Jones 03 about 2 years ago, and I have been able to multiply it, just dig up a piece, spread it, and as you can see, have a lot of comfrey growing, and I need to do a little bit more weeding in this area, but one day at a time. But this is what the garden is looking like, guys, on Good Friday. I hope that you all have had a wonderful and blessed day. It's so good to be in the garden. It's been a little windy today, but it still has been such a beautiful day to be in the garden. Thank you for joining me. God bless. Bye-bye.